First of all, I would like just to say that not everything is so bad as media tries to present. Azerbaijan is really becoming closer and closer to Europe in all directions. We are really very seriously working on construction a new southern gas corridor. You know, it consists of 4 elements. It's the Shahdanis 2 exploration part. It was done already, finished approximately 90%. Then it's going to be a Southern Caucasus. It's Azerbaijan and Georgian's territory. Also the same figures. Then TANAP, the pipeline which is going over the territory of Turkey. Then it goes also 86, 87. It depends on the approach. And then it goes to the Trans-Adriatic pipeline from Greece, Albania to Italy. It also goes well. So we have a very good economical, commercial basis for developing our political dialogue. It's not just a story about the energy security, about the Azerbaijan, which is supplying Europe by energy. No, we assessed this construction, this southern gas corridor, as a very strong, good basis for exceptional political dialogue. What is the most serious problematic issue for Eastern Partnership? It is that in most cases it's a compilation of 6, for example, bilateral tracks of European Union with 6 different countries. In case of the southern gas corridor, look, we have Azerbaijan, strategic partner of European Union in energy. We have Georgia, which is associated partner. We have Turkey, which is a still candidate country. We have Greece, which is member state. We have Albania, candidate country, and we have Italy, member state. So look, such kind of comprehensive project, that's exactly what European Eastern Partnership project needs, project management. And that's we delivered. So the influence of this is crucially for bilateral tracks of Azerbaijan, because on this strong commercial economical basis we are trying to build up our political dialogue, as well for the multilateral type of Eastern Partnership, because we are together, all together. By the way, other Eastern Partnership countries also enjoy participation in such kind of the projects. So as much as we're closer to Europe, as much criticism we are hearing, in most cases, they're mostly artificial, unfortunately. And we know who are behind of these attempts, because both sides, European side and Azerbaijani side, were all in favor of stronger relationship. As close as Azerbaijan to European market, it's better for us. As close and also for energy sufficiency and energy security of European Union. As closer we are to Europe, it's better for us from political point of view, because we are closer to European space of values. But there are some forces which are always in favor to cut such kind of the development, such kind of the movement from Azerbaijan and EU side. For your information, we launched our negotiations on agreement, in February 2000 of this year, and in a short period of time, just in 3 months, we did have 5 rounds of negotiations. It has never been, before in case of our relations, even in relations with other Eastern Partnership countries. Just in 3 months, 5 rounds of negotiations. It shows our, how strong we are in our, not both sides, in our, the decision to have it, to get it. And then, the last but not least, when it happened in the beginning of September, just when the preparation for the Brussels summit are starting. So we see 3 elements which little bit make opponents of Azerbaijani-EU relationship a little bit narrow. That's why they use this criticism, again, in most cases, artificial criticism, to shake up the relations, to destroy them, as minimum to postpone some political decisions. That landmark, what does mean landmark? It's absolute artificial, fake name. Just one example. We sent our press release to Belgian media. It appeared in Belgian media as well. They put the number 1,300,000 euros of transactions from offshore zones. Excavators, medical equipment, some infrastructural equipment, some equipment for dentists, I don't know, jewelry, and a lot of things have been bought by Azerbaijani consumers from Belgium side, but it was done by offshore zones, which is a part of European Union market, by the way. It is the offshore zone why Azerbaijan and other newly independent countries, they use it? Because we do not have direct free trade zone with our European partners. And for our companies, persons who are buying them, in some cases it's better to use these transactions than, for example, to wait for special procedures which should be done in case of European Union. We hope that a new agreement will give us new opportunities for our trade, for direct financial cooperation. But nothing criminal was done in case of, for example, again, one case, because I am ambassador also to Belgium, in case of Belgium, nothing. No any transaction has been spent for, I don't know, terrorism, I don't know, corruption or drugs or any criminal spheres of activity. But it was presented as a money laundering, and especially created such kind of artificial definition. It shows that this, when we gave this, our press release, it was published, and nobody came back to this issue again, because it was true. I think we can find a lot of such kind of explanations. And if you ask me why I think that it's most artificial, just give you the logic and dating of what happened. 5th of September, the first article in Guardian, signed by Armenian journalist, was a huge criticism with this laundromat wording. Then, few days after, again, a new article with the same media, with a huge criticism of Southern Gas Corridor, Trans-Adriatic Pipeline. Then, immediately reaction of European Parliament, without any clarification, put very critical, even insulting wording in the resolution about human rights and corruption in the world, whereas only the name of my country was mentioned. Imagine, there are 193 members of United Nations, and this report was totally about all the world, and the name of one country was mentioned in amendments, which was adopted by a very, very minor majority of European parliamentarians. It shows that it was artificially done. And there are some forces who are against Azerbaijani strong intention to be closer to Europe, to work with Europe, to be the part of European space of values and European market. I would like to say, I never use the word fabricated. They used, some real transaction, presenting them as something as a money laundering. I think it's not correct approach, because, for example, in the media which I saw here, being as ambassador to Belgium, I saw a lot of pictures with pictures of a member of government, and it was presented as a governmental case. But it was done. Transactions have been made by persons, by companies, just to buy something, to sell something, for infrastructural projects, for another. It was just the transactions, like financial transactions, nothing connected with money laundering procedures. That's why. And it happened in all the European Union countries in one time. Imagine, in 1 week, we did have approximately 15 articles only here in Belgian media. What kind of, is it, suspicious that it is orchestrated, or, I do not understand. Maybe it could be done for a long period of time. But for me, it's really absolutely clear that it was orchestrated from one center. And there are some forces who are behind of these processes. Again, they can do everything they want. We understand that as much as we're closer to our European partners as more, how can I explain, such kind of steps will be done against this closer partnership. Because Azerbaijan needs Europe as a space mentally close part of the world, as a space of values, and of course as a market. But Europe itself needs Azerbaijan as a, in your neighborhood. Frankly speaking, I just recently came from the meeting of in EAS with a representative of different religious confessions of Azerbaijan. Everybody lives in peace and in peace and security. So many Protestant, Catholic, Christians, Jews, Muslims, Sunnis, Shias. Wow, no problematic issue. Have you heard about any terroristic threat from Azerbaijan, or illegal migration from my country, or any radicalism came from my country? No. And in such a situation, when you have such a complicated neighborhood, European Union, I mean, Azerbaijan, small, 10 million country, predictable, reliable, secular, absolutely respectful and tolerant to all the religious. No, why we should, insult, offend this country? Young country with absolutely clear aspiration to be closer to Europe without any romantic, idealistic estimation about the membership. Be sure, it's not in our agenda. One example, and everything will be clear. From 2009 until 2017, European Parliament adopted 9 exceptionally critical resolutions about my country. What do you think? Does it mean that we are lobbying successfully? They blame that we are lobbying there. If we are lobbying, we should have something in our hands, yeah? But instead of it, we have 9 critical resolutions. Just for information, just few about other Eastern Partnership countries and 0 about, for example, Armenia. Nothing. But 9 critical. About what kind of lobby we can talk about if we have 9 critical resolutions in European Parliament just in these 8 years, every year, even more. So, it's not true. It is not true. We have sometimes we have some advices from our friends. We need some advices because we're a young country. We're just 25, 26 years old. Excuse me, what kind of lobbying we can talk about if we have in European Parliament, if you have such kind of, such kind of number of critical results? We're number 1 among Eastern Partnership countries. So do you think that so it's an absolutely artificial approach. That's why I am sure about it. Business as usual. Business as usual because we understand we are in good manner, we are bureaucrats. We understand there are so many challenges. We should, just today, 2 delegations came for 2 rounds of negotiations on a new agreement in Azerbaijan. Just yesterday, another delegation came. It's a mostly delegation of different religious confessions. And they just had the meetings in European External Action Service. And we are working very seriously. We are waiting for the delegation from European institutions in Baku. Very, very soon, I'm going to Baku to accompany 2 very high-level delegations. So we're working even more intensively now, facing with such kind of challenges. It depends what kind of leakage we are speaking about. Again, it happened with all the countries all over the world. You can see it's not a story about only my country. But the question is, when my country was highlighted in this case, because we do have something in our, some achievements in our economical development. Yes, most probably, we are really very strong in the economy. Of course, nobody would like to talk about the poor countries, about any economical activity of the poor countries. But in our case, we are really economically one of the most successful countries in Eastern Partnership and in the former space of former Soviet Union. So, second option is that, again, why it was highlighted now? Because, again, we're going to the new level of relationship. As I would like to, we're approaching, I would like to say this word very clearly. We're approaching the point of no return in our relations with the European Union. It's crucially important to understand. I think it becomes closer and closer. We haven't passed this point of no return yet, because it's mostly not only political dialogue, but also commercial, energy, transportation routes. Look, you know, what is one of the best ways for the connection Asia and Europe? The shortest and safest way is over the Southern Caucasus. What is the best way for more active cooperation between European Union institutions and such a complicated region as which is surrounding my country? My country, because we do have, I don't want to use influence, but we do have some renommee in the region. We have good relations with Central Asian countries, normal, very predictable and ongoing relations with Iran, which is especially important for our European friends, which tries to engage Iran in implementation of the nuclear deal. We have very normal relations with Russia without any new headaches for our European friends. I don't think European friends need such a kind of new headaches. We do have some problematic issues. It's the occupation of our territory. And we understand there are some forces who are occupying and who are behind of these occupations. They are highlighting this issue to make Azerbaijan, to present Azerbaijan as something barbarian. It's absolutely clear for us. But it doesn't mean that we do not accept any criticism. No. If you ask me, I would like just to invite you to my country and to show that how we manage to combat against the corruption on the low level. So we have one window approach and no bureaucracy, and you can go to find the solution of all the problematic issues without any special, desks, additional desks. It's a very specific, reforms which were provided in my country, and we're very proud of it. On the low level, the corruption is one of the lowest, maybe, in the region, in the world. Of course, we have a huge project. Look, would like to say one very interesting, important. We just signed the continuation of Azeri-Chirag-Guneshli. Maybe you have heard. It's one of the most oil project which was signed in the beginning of 90s. And now, in 2017, September 13, ministers from Britain, Norway, governmental representative companies, they came to Azerbaijan just to prolong this project. 500 million barrels of oil. Perfect. So, and it happened exactly. These media attacks happened exactly these days. And look, and you can see so many coincidences. I will call the coincidences, just in brackets. But it's not coincidences. We understand that it is I kindly ask you, if you can, just put this wording on the front line of the article of the interview, that as much as we're, Ambassador Fuad Iskandarov, as much as we are becoming closer to Europe, as more unfair criticism we are hearing, or unfair steps from others we are witnessing, from other players, not from European Union institutions, mostly, because we have really good relations with them, with executive institutions. So it's absolutely clear. They would like to create the image of so-called image of Azerbaijan, these forces, as a so-called Muslim barbarians, which are absolutely not fitting with the European values. And what does it mean? It means that with such kind of the country, European Union can't work, even negotiate at all. Very strange. We are a very secular country. If you will go to Baku, it's a very European city, absolutely no, but why they did it? The second reason is we're in war now, and we have an ongoing negotiation based on principle of and norms of international law with Armenia. International law that's in favor of independence, sovereignty, and territorial integrity. But how these negotiations could be, changed mentally? Just to present another part of the negotiators as something which is absolutely unpredictable, corrupted, non-democratic, barbarian, and so on. Sorry, but is it a pragmatic approach? I don't think. I don't think so. They can do it again and again. But in the end of the day, believe me, I'm sure about it. I'm here for 4 years in this city as ambassador. And I know from which level we started and what we achieve now and what we can achieve in future. My vision is for European Union and for European institutions, it's crucially important to have a good neighborhood, and particularly good, reliable partners in the Muslim neighborhood. And Azerbaijan, with a Muslim population, the best example of it.